hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be...
To begin, first choose a player to be the dealer. Then give the dealer button. Next, give the dealer the deck of cards and have them shuffle it. Then they will deal one card face down to the player to his left and continue dealing one card clockwise until each player has 2 cards. These 2 cards are called the player's hole cards. Okay, hold on, pause. Now that the setup is complete, what's the main goal of the game? Well, the main goal of the game is to make the best 5-card hand out of the 2 hole cards in your hand and the 5 cards that will eventually be set in the middle throughout the rounds of play. Anyone can use the 5 cards in the middle, so they're known as community cards. The power of the hands you can make are listed as follows, from weakest to strongest. The weakest hand is a high card. Next is 1 pair, which is 2 of the same number. Then it's 2 pair, which is 2 sets of the same number. Then 3 of a kind, which is 3 of the same number. Then a straight, which is 5 cards in numerical order. Then a flush, which is 5 cards of the same suit. Then a full house, which is a 3 of a kind and a pair combined. Then 4 of a kind, which is 4 of the same number. Then a straight flush, which is 5 cards in numerical order and the same suit. And then a royal flush, which is the same suit in numerical order and the top 5 highest cards. Now we will discuss some poker jargon, starting with betting. Betting is any chips wagered during a round. Next is checking. Checking is choosing to pass or not bet to wait and see what other player's decision will be. Next is raising. Raising increases the size of an existing bet during the same round. With more poker jargon, we have the word call, which is matching a bet by another player, and also fold, which is discarding your cards and forfeiting the rights to the pot. Next, a blind is a forced bet. The player to the left of the dealer puts the small blind up, and the player 2 seats to the left of the dealer puts in the big blind. For the sake of our game, the small blind will be 1 and the big blind will be 2. Looking at the first round of betting, the player to the left of the dealer puts a small blind of 1 chip, and the player 2 seats to the left of the dealer puts 2 chips, the big blind. The person with the dealer button continues and calls 2 chips to stay in the round, and the person at small blind puts in 1 chip to match the 2 chip big blind. The big blind checks, signaling with a knock, and the chips are added to the pot. After the first round of betting, the dealer takes the deck, puts the first card off to the side, called a burn card to prevent cheating, and flips over 3 cards. These 3 cards are called the flop. The first player decides to bet 1 chip. The next 2 players decide to call this bet, and the chips from that round are collected and put in the pot. The dealer then again takes the deck of cards, burns 1 card off the top to prevent cheating, flips over another card. This card is called the turn. The first player decides to check, but the next player decides to bet 2 chips, and the next player calls, and when the bet comes back to the original player, he folds, he is out of the round, but the other chips go into the pot. For the final round, the dealer then once again burns 1 card and flips 1 more card over a final card called the river. With only 2 players left in the hand, the first player checks, but the second player bets 1, so that the bet is back to the original player, and she calls 1. These final chips are put in the pot, and the players turn over their hands to see who won. As we look at the cards, we see that the hand on the right has a pair of 9s, and the hand on the left has just a high card, so this player wins. Congratulations, you are a great poker player, and you win all the chips, and you are the best.